guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, I'm so happy to see you. I wanted to start a new series on my YouTube channel, just talking about so many things. I just turned 26. I am still figuring out life, and there's just so much that I feel like is talked about but not really talked about, and I just want to talk about it all, okay? And so I'm going to entitle this series Life After. Literally life after breakups, life after college, grad school, whatever. Just life after everything. And yeah, like that's it. And so I feel like now more than ever is a time where a lot of people are not centering themselves. I know myself specifically, and figuring out life after, whether it's a breakup, career shift, like heartbreak, having a baby, different things of that nature. Like life after something drastic, life after something that has literally changed your life, it can be hard. Like I'm one to know, like it can be hard. I know a lot of times, like when I graduated college, I was feeling very, very overwhelmed, not knowing like what I want to do. Is this the right career path? I thought I wanted to be a politician / lawyer. I ended up becoming an entrepreneur, florist. And so different things require different versions of you. And if anybody's out there and you're feeling like, I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to maintain this life, yet alone life after, I hope this helps. I think the biggest thing, and I guess you could say this is tip number 1 for discovering life after, is just accepting that changes are going to happen, and not saying that you have to go with the wind and just accept everything that's happening, but things are going to happen. Change, you have to accept change. You have to be understanding and willing that the God that we serve, the God that knows us better than we know ourselves, He has prepared everything so diligently for us all that change is going to happen. You have to be able to accept it. You have to be able to hold on loosely to things. I see a lot of times when people get super angry about like missing a flight or, you know, a reservation or different stuff like that, and it's like there's no way. There's no way you're that mad about something. There's no way that you're that overwhelmed. And so let's say, you know, you felt like you were supposed to be something, or you felt like you were supposed to occupy some type of career path, and things are just not going in the way that you thought or the way that you want them to go. Trust me, change happens. Literally, change is going to happen. You have to be able to adapt, because you never know how you may be in a temporary season and then it turns around for you to now be in a permanent season of something that you always thought of, you always dreamt of, but it was just taking one step. Change happens, and you have to be willing to adapt. When it comes to change, I read the story of Esther before, and I wanted to reread it and make sure that I understood the different parts and, you know, the different contents of the actual text, right? And in the beginning, it talks about how Vashti was a queen. You know, she was being a little bit defiant, some may say, and because of that, basically Esther's whole life was uprooted and she was put into position. And that just tells you that change is going to happen. Things are going to come, and you may not be ready for them, but they may be things that completely change your life, and you have to be grateful, and you have to be understanding, and you have to be flexible. That's the biggest thing, whether you're being an entrepreneur or you are trying to dive into different career paths. I've seen so many people talk about corporate America and how, you know, they start off as an executive assistant and over time they elevate and do all of these things. That is change. No one starts at the top. If you start at the top, I don't even think that I would want to listen to you. I don't even think that anybody would see that as a person of value, because we're not God. We should never start at the top. Step 2. I would say take time to reflect. And I wrote down 3 questions I want everyone to ask themselves after you've taken time to reflect about the situation. 1, what did you learn from your past experience? 2, what did you want your life to look like now? Like, what do you want it to look like now? Now that you've gone through that, now that you've experienced that, now that you felt the rage or the anger or the pain or the hurt, what do you want your life to look like now? What do you want to feel now? 3, What values matter most to you moving forward? And I think that's so important because we are not a value-based generation. We are not a value-based people. We are not a value-based anything. And we have to start getting back to our roots, y'all. Like, it's time. It's time. Get back to your roots. What are your values? What are your no's? Where are your boundaries? And I feel like a lot of times we're putting these values, these boundaries, these morals in the wrong places, and we're not really acknowledging it. So when we go through something, whether it's traumatic or it's painful, and the life after, we're looking at it, we start looking gloomy and we start kind of losing hope. And I know I'm saying we, but y'all, I'm talking about me too. Like, I felt all of these things before. One that I would also argue about is genuinely control what you can control. Number 3, that is my favorite one. Like, I know sometimes I say it and some people are just like, yeah, I don't really know what that means. I don't really know how that is supposed to play out. But y'all, when you can control your mindset, you can control your attitude, you can control your temper. And I struggle sometimes with rage. Like, y'all, when I get upset, I'm the first one throwing something. Whatever you don't control will control you. And once I realized that, when someone makes you mad and they're quick to want to get a response, or even if they don't want a response, the enemy, he wants a response. He wants you to cut somebody out. He wants you to just have a bad day. But when you can control what you can control, and then realize, wait a second, I can determine how I'm about to handle this. I can determine the set of attitudes I'm going to have for the rest of the day, if not the rest of the month, rest of the week, rest of the year, whatever the case may be, right? And so control what you can control. You can always control your mindset. You can always control your where you're at, where you're going. You can always control how you let, or you can't really control how you let people talk to you, but you can control who you let talk to you and the level of which people have access to you. And I think that is so important. Like, there are some people, yeah, you can have my number, you can blow me up all day long, but you can't have real access to me. It's so important. Life after getting fired, life after thinking you're going to start something and then you end up not starting something. Life after all of these trials and tribulations, the most important thing, giving yourself grace over and over and over again.